Alright, we're wearing them down. We're going heavy on offense, which should smash them in one shot. Look out! Bugger. What does this mean? It means forget, genius. You can't use your powers. Damn it. Okay, ready? Attack. Ah! Was that it? Backup team members always wait between attacks. Fine, I'll do it. Damn it! Ah! What just happened? Eternal rival! So if I attack, he attacks to compete with me? Yeah! I could have done with knowing that a while back. Look out! What? Ow! Sparkles! I could have done with knowing about that before as well. Well, go on, attack. Rainbows! Yay! This is Shining Resonance Refrain. Enjoy. Or don't. I did, but it's nothing special. Damn it! Pink! Pink! Can you cure this forget? Thank you. This is your typical JRPG in every possible sense, every single one. There's only two things that this game does which sets it apart from most. One, you can turn into a dragon, and two, the bond system. We'll get to those later. The city is the hub area with basic services. The place is laid out simply, meaning it's not a labyrinth, so that's good. Technically, this is an open world game. I say technically because there's actually nothing to do in the world, besides fight and collect the occasional item.
All right. Yes.
Enemy approaching.
Is there no other way? Take this. Go. How's that? Go. Yeah. Take this.
No, that's it. What you just saw is 80% of the game. Seriously, it's mostly all combat. You've got a normal attack, a break attack, and you've got an array of special powers, the list of which increases for each character as they level up. One thing I quite like about this game though, is you don't recharge mana over time, like you would with most. Instead, you only recharge mana by physically hitting the enemies. Which means that even the support characters are forced to go on the offensive. It encourages you to attack. And for the most part, the AI is actually pretty damn good at both attacking and healing. Particularly at healing. Though there are times where you catch sight of your AI partners and they attack the enemy and just kind of stop and pause for a second or two, which in the middle of a fight it may as well be a year. Their aggression is lacking somewhat. You have tunings, character specific upgrades, and aspects, weapon attachments. Together with the character powers, there's a wide array of choice and customization possible, and that's something I always like in a game.
I'm getting pretty psyched to meet this guy.
Bless Zest. Bless Zest and his little socks. He's by far the most entertaining character in the game. Everyone else is kind of dull, even without being compared to him. There's also Band. Yeah, I don't know what Band stands for either, but when triggered it produces a party buff or enemy debuff based on the selected song and who is the band leader. It's not a game changer, but it can give you an edge. And then there's the Shining Dragon. You can summon it at any time so long as you're controlling the lead character Yuma, and as long as you have enough mana to fuel it, which is anything above 0.
Alright! This power is mine!
But the Shining Dragon somehow feels lacking in power. You feel like your attack and defense doesn't rise much when Yuma turns into the dragon. Your blast radius does. It can hit a much bigger area, so it's great for dealing with crowds. And it also reduces the cost of your teammates' special abilities. They consume less mana. Also, the dragon has this weird thing at first where if your mana drops below about 50%, there's a chance that every time you attack, it could go berserk. And you lose control of it and it starts attacking characters at random on the battlefield. But once you hit chapter 5, the Shining Dragon evolves. Once it's in its evolved form, it no longer goes berserk. Feel free to use it to your heart's content. In addition, the Shining Dragon flies in this form, meaning most enemies can't hit it from down on the ground, so it's immune to most conventional attacks.
Grant me more power!
I'll treat your wounds.
But somehow the Shining Dragon, even in its evolved form, feels underpowered. It spits huge sheets of flame, explosive fireballs, and the sheer radius of its attacks. The attacks are so flashy and look so impressive, you'd think the enemies would at least acknowledge that they're under attack by a fucking dragon. A dragon! And no JRPG would be complete these days without a relationship system. You can invite characters to talk, wander around town, also you can earn extra traits, and traits can create bonds. And just like the bond system, the next couple of minutes of this video is going to be both boring and confusing. Feel free to turn me off. Characters on 2 adjacent nodes on the bond diagram with 2 compatible traits create a bond. Bonds occasionally trigger something called resonance. Resonance is when a bond randomly triggers and grants buffs to the player or debuffs the enemy. The stronger the bond, the more frequently it occurs. But there's a couple of things the game neglects to tell you. First, only bonds between the leader, the player's current character, and the 3 party members can trigger, regardless of how many bonds are on the diagram. Second, the diagram doesn't tell you what buffs or debuffs will trigger with each bond. And all this has led to a fair amount of confusion online. Traits with grey icons don't do anything. Yes, they do. Traits using the same icon do the same thing. No, they don't. The only way I could figure out all this was to do what any normal, rational, sane person would do. Build a spreadsheet. I'm not joking, this is my spreadsheet. This is the only way I could keep up with this shit. It's badly explained. Badly. Which is a problem because resonance gives you a powerful advantage in a fight. Your teammates firing off buffs and debuffs without your intervention. Take my advice. Just stick with, certainly at first, good friend, full support, and eternal rival. Those are pretty reliable buffs that you get, and they're 3 of the easiest bonds to form. They're not the most powerful, but they're the ones you want to go with at first. And just to drive home the point with a sledgehammer that this is a typical JRPG, the girls have the typical alternate outfits. Not sure how this qualifies as battle armor. The only thing it's useful for is dressing as schoolgirls in a school.
Target confirmed. I won't lose to you. I won't lose to you. No holding back.
Or dressing in bikinis on the beach, in the Grimoire dungeons. Still, at least the game doesn't let you look up the girls' skirts. Oh. Oh, it does.
You're gonna focus on me, and only me.
When all's said and done, this is a pretty standard JRPG. Apart from the ability to turn into a dragon, which is cool, and the bond system, which is badly explained. I enjoyed it. But even I, after about 30 hours, about halfway through, I started to get tired of the constant grind. Because you're fighting so much, and you have to keep up with the enemy levels. There are side missions, but you do the same things you do when wandering around. Plus, you don't get XP for doing them. The only way to get XP is to fight monsters. And you can run straight past them. Mind you, if you do, you'll be left seriously underpowered. If it wasn't for the grinding to get all the characters up to the required level, and believe you me, you do have to do it to all the characters, the rear team members don't level up automatically in the background, and later on in the game, your party splits. So if you haven't upgraded everybody, you're screwed. If it wasn't for that, I might have considered upping it a little bit in terms of score. As it is, I think Shining Resonance Refrain deserves a 6 out of 10. I liked it, I did. It's just that there's not really anything that sets it apart from most other JRPGs, or any other RPG for that matter. Apart from the dragon, which is cool. So that's Shining Resonance Refrain, 6 out of 10, above average game, your typical JRPG, the dragon's cool. So what did you think of my video? Leave a like or dislike down below. What did you think of the game, or haven't you played it, or is just this not your kind of thing? Is it too boring for you? I don't know. Leave a comment down below. And for those of you who for some reason can't get enough of my voice, feel free to hit the subscribe button. See you next time. And the game, I keep on forgetting that last bit. Shit, what is wrong with me? The AI. Shit. AI. The AI. Alright. Come on. Okay, let's finish this bit off. Kind of ready to be done with this. It's very complicated. It doesn't feel like Yuma / Shining Dragon.